He sat in the wheelchair, motionless. His leaned close, whispering words she thought he couldn't hear, words sharp enough to pierce his chest like a blade. A wealthy man had pretended to be paralyzed, hoping to test her love, but what she revealed shattered not only his trust. It broke his heart. He had never felt so powerless. The man who once commanded rooms with his wealth and influence now sat still, hands limp on the chair's armrests, his body cloaked in silence. To the world, he was paralyzed. After a tragic accident to his fiancée, he was a helpless man in need of care. And to himself, he was an actor in the most dangerous play of his life. For this was no accident. It was a test. The wealthy man. His name was Daniel. He was not just wealthy. He was admired, envied, and imitated. His empire stretched across cities, yet all his riches could not quiet the growing question in his soul. Does she love me, or my fortune? The woman at his side, Clara, had dazzled him with her charm. She was radiant in every room, her laughter bright, her affection warm. Yet whispers from friends and shadows of doubt crept into Daniel's mind. Had she chosen him, or the life his money built? The question gnawed at him until he could bear it no longer. And so, he devised a test that would cost him either his pride or his peace. He would pretend to be trapped in a body that could no longer serve wealth, power, or status. Only love could endure such a trial. His backstory: Daniel was not born into fortune. He had clawed his way up from nothing. A boy who once worked late nights cleaning floors, his hands raw from soap and steel. He remembered the smell of dust clinging to his clothes, the ache in his bones as he dreamed of a better life. His father, a factory worker, had died before seeing his son's success. His mother, a quiet figure of endless sacrifice, had passed before she could live in the mansion her son built. Daniel carried those losses like stones in his chest, and so every decision he made was colored by one truth. He could never again trust blindly. The silent test begins when Clara walked into the room that first morning after his supposed accident. Daniel felt his heartbeat tremble, her face held wary. Her hands reached for his shoulder. Her words were sweet. For a moment, hope filled him. Perhaps she would prove his doubts wrong. But as days stretched into weeks, Daniel noticed the cracks, the way her smile dimmed when others weren't watching, the sighs she released when she thought he was asleep, the irritation in her touch as she adjusted his blanket or fetched his meals. Each moment was a dagger hidden in plain sight. Escalating tension. One evening, Clara believed she was alone. She sat by the phone, her voice hushed yet sharp as glass. "I can't keep living like this," she whispered. "He's no man now, just a burden. What good is wealth if it's tied to a broken body?" Daniel's heart nearly stopped. His hands twitched against the chair's arm, but he kept still, silent, unmoving. The role demanded it. In that silence, he learned the truth. The woman he loved did not see him. She only saw what he could provide. And yet, he continued the act, waiting, hoping, aching for even a flicker of true love to reveal itself. The public, unmasking. The turning point came at a dinner hosted in his home. Friends and business partners gathered, and Clara played her part while pouring drinks, laughing beside Daniel's chair, presenting herself as the devoted partner. But behind closed doors, Daniel heard her words to a friend in the hallway. "Do you think I'll stay forever? No. I'll wait until I secure what's mine. After that, why should I waste my life on a man who can't even walk?" Those words, whispered with venom, sealed his fate. The power shift days later, Daniel ended his act. In the great hall of his mansion, he stood. Clara entered, her eyes wide, lips parting in disbelief. You can walk," she stammered. Daniel's silence was heavy, his gaze unshakable. He let her drown in the truth of his test. And then, with a voice like stone breaking, after years of silence, he said, "Love that depends on strength is not love. Love that survives only. Wealth is not love. You have given me my answer." The iconic words he turned from her then, leaving only words that would echo in her heart forever. True love lifts the broken. False love abandons them. And later, to a close friend, he confessed, "I would rather be paralyzed in truth than walking in a lie." The climactic payoff news spread quickly, not as gossip, but as a lesson. People spoke of the wealthy man who pretended to be weak, only to uncover a greater weakness in the heart of his beloved. They marveled at his resolve, his silent endurance, his willingness to bear the weight of betrayal in order to find the truth. Daniel, though wounded, found freedom in that revelation. He no longer questioned where Clara's loyalty stood. The cost of his test was heartbreak, but the reward was clarity. And clarity, he realized, was worth more than gold. Outro with reflection. A wealthy man can buy houses, cars, and comfort, but he cannot buy loyalty. He cannot buy respect, and he cannot buy love. Silent strength is sometimes the only path to truth. Sometimes the greatest tests are not of others, but of ourselves. How much pain we can endure in search of what is real. And so, Daniel's story stands as a reminder. Love that only survives comfort was never love at all. Where are you watching from? What do you believe makes true love last? Share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that honor silent heroes and the unseen battles of the heart.